NASCAR fans, I don't know if it's just me, but this weekend at Bristol felt like there was more going on than what we actually saw on track. Not in a bad way, but in that classic NASCAR way where everything looks normal on the surface, yet underneath, you can tell something bigger is building. Because if you just glanced at the results, you'd think it was a typical Bristol Motor Speedway weekend. Short track chaos, tight racing, mistakes, tempers, everything we expect from Bristol. But once you start digging deeper, this wasn't just another race weekend. There are actually two major storylines coming out of this race, and they hit completely differently. One of them could seriously change how fans look at NASCAR inspections and penalties this entire season. And the other? It introduces tension that could carry into the playoffs. And if you followed NASCAR long enough, you already know. When multiple storylines like this start stacking up, that usually means something bigger is coming. Before we get into it, quick favor. If you enjoy real NASCAR breakdowns and behind-the-scenes stories, go ahead and subscribe to NASCAR Nation News. We're aiming for 1,000 subscribers, and honestly, we can't get there without you. All right, let's get into it. So first, let's talk about what actually went down at Bristol Motor Speedway. Because like I said, on paper, it looked clean. But behind the scenes, there was a lot going on. Right after the race, two big names grabbed attention: Kyle Larson and Tyler Reddick. Both of their cars were sent to NASCAR's R&D Center in Concord, North Carolina. Now, if you've been watching NASCAR for a while, you know this can go two ways. Sometimes it's routine, other times it raises questions. Because when NASCAR takes a car for a deeper inspection, it usually means one of three things. They saw something, they suspected something, or they just want a closer look at top-performing teams. And right now, both of those drivers have been fast. So naturally, fans started wondering, is something going on here? But here's the key part. After completely tearing both cars down, NASCAR found nothing. No violations, no penalties, nothing illegal. Both cars were officially cleared. So from a technical standpoint, everything is clean heading into Kansas. But that was just one part of the story. Because honestly, the chaos started even before the race began. Pre-race inspection has been a problem all season, and Bristol was no exception. 5 teams got hit with penalties before the green flag even dropped. We're talking about Kyle Larson, Michael McDowell, Ross Chastain, Cole Custer, Chad Fincham. Most of them lost their car chiefs for pit selection. And at Bristol, that's a huge deal. Track position is everything. Lose that early advantage, and your entire race becomes an uphill battle. Then during the race, things didn't calm down. Penalties kept stacking up. Drivers caught speeding on pit road included Christopher Bell, Chase Briscoe, John Hunter Nemechek, Tyler Reddick, Brad Keselowski. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. had a safety violation. Michael McDowell got hit again for too many crew members over the wall. Zane Smith was penalized for equipment interference. So when you break it down, this race was far from clean. It just didn't explode into one massive controversy. Instead, it was a constant stream of small issues. And over in the Truck Series, things got even more interesting. Christian Eckes made contact with Corey Heim late in the race. There's already history between them. Eckes clipped him going into Turn 1, sent Heim into the wall. Fans immediately asked, was that intentional? NASCAR looked into it. But in the end, no penalty. So officially, nothing major came out of Bristol. But when you combine everything, inspections, penalties, incidents, it really feels like NASCAR is watching teams more closely than ever. And that brings us to the second story. Because one of those penalties completely changed the race for Tyler Reddick. After the race, he didn't hold back. He made it clear that the pit road speeding penalty ruined their day. Before the penalty, Reddick had a fast car. He was running near the front, in contention. But after serving it, everything changed. He dropped deep into the field, lost track position, got stuck in heavy traffic. And at Bristol, that's a nightmare. Because once you're back there, you lose rhythm, you lose clean air, and your chances of winning disappear fast. But Reddick didn't stop there. He also spoke about NASCAR itself. He pointed out that with 4 wins in the last 7 races, it feels like his team is being watched more closely. Their car keeps getting pulled for deeper inspections, week after week. Now, to be clear, he said he understands NASCAR is doing its job, but at the same time, it's starting to feel excessive. He even suggested that when a team starts winning this much, things change. And sometimes, it feels like NASCAR is trying to level the playing field. That's a strong statement. Because here's the reality. After Bristol, his car was sent again to the R&D Center, and once again, it came back clean. No issues, no violations. So officially, everything they're doing is legal. But from a driver's perspective, you can understand the frustration. You're winning races, building momentum, and at the same time, dealing with constant inspections and pressure. And this is where things get really interesting for the season. Because Reddick is not just fast right now, he's becoming one of the biggest storylines in NASCAR. Now the big question is NASCAR just doing its job, or are certain teams being watched more closely? Here's the honest answer. Both can be true. But here's what you can't ignore. Even with all that attention, all those inspections, Reddick's team keeps coming up clean, every single time. That says a lot. Now when it comes to the speeding penalty, that's simple. You either went over the limit, or you didn't. And at Bristol, that mistake is brutal. So yeah, NASCAR didn't do anything wrong there. But when you combine that with everything else, you can see why Reddick feels the way he does. And zooming out, the bigger picture is this. NASCAR feels stricter this season. The margin for error feels smaller than ever. So overall, nothing illegal is happening. But the intensity, it's definitely higher. And if Reddick keeps performing like this tension is only going to grow. Especially as we get closer to the playoffs. Because now, it's not just about what happened at Bristol, it's about what comes next. And as fans, you already know, we're going to be watching every single lap of it.